This week's episode is sponsored by Helio Gas Detection.
Hey everybody, this is Richie from the Metal Cell podcast. I'm delighted to welcome Perish the Thought onto the show for the first time. I've got Dave, Julian and John with me. How are we, lads?
How's it going? How are things?
A few fellow Cork lads on a Sunday night and it pissing rain outside. How bad? Thanks for joining me anyway, lads.
Nice one. Yeah, cheers for having us, Richie. Sound.
Yeah, the last time I saw you, Dave, I'd say was in, was it not the Kino?
The Kino, yeah.
You were watching your son Rowan. Yeah, fucking hell, man. He's flying it.
T-shirt.
Yeah. That's must be bizarre for you. Is it just kind of watching your son taking on the new mantle there of heavy metal for Cork? And
It is. I didn't teach him everything he knows. Yeah, like, geez, I know it's mad. Like, from an early age, like, I suppose we always kind of encourage him to listen to good music, you know?
that's important.
And, he used to see me then at home recording and all that, and he said, "How do you do that?" And I literally showed him the basics, and he just took with it himself, you know.
Brilliant.
And I started learning stuff off him then.
I'd imagine it's probably more technical stuff that you're getting off him, is it, Dave?
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Isn't it amazing how well they're able to grasp technology, lads? Isn't it? When you look at us, like.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he was getting all these mad plugins, and
yeah,
he was getting the crack codes from. I was like, "How the hell are you getting them?"
Yeah.
You know.
Don't be saying too much now, Dave.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But like
and
John,
as well, our daughter, she plays as well. She was in a band called The Drive as well.
Oh really? Fucking fair play, Jesus.
Yeah, that kind of fell apart. So she's getting something going there now again with her mates. So see how it goes.
That's great, man. Like John, you know. For our age and upwards, I'm probably way older than you anyway, unfortunately. But
I don't know about that. Yeah.
But I mean, like we're on about Rowan there, Dave's son, grasping technology and stuff like that. Yeah. I know you were heavily involved in recording, mixing, everything. Like, have you always stayed in touch with that side of things yourself? Is that what you're into personally? Like,
yeah. So myself and Dave were playing in the Naildrivers, and when my daughter was born, I kind of gave up all music, but I kept on tipping away. Mm-hmm. So I have a band with a guy that lives in Australia, and one of the members lives in Barcelona. So we've been kind of collaborating for like the last 10 years.
Oh, really?
Okay. Yeah, we have a production rate of about a song every year. But yeah, I've just been tipping away all the time.
Okay. So like Julian, what about yourself? What's your background? Just concentrating on the vocals, not too complicated, or are you another musician yourself?
I've been playing music for years. Like, my wife is a sound engineer,
right?
And my two kids play music, and music was always part of our house growing up when we were kids. Brilliant. So I'm playing since I'm in secondary school.
Right. Okay.
And then, like, I'm from Mayo, but okay. I've been living in Cork for over, nearly 30 years now. Actually,
wow,
close to 30.
What part of Mayo?
Ballina.
Oh, Ballina.
Right.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Cool. So, music has always been a thing that's been in our house, and it's in our house every day at home now here.
Yeah. Fantastic. So, like, you know, we'll just talk about maybe going back to when you moved to Cork initially. I'd say you were probably delighted with the scene that was around Cork at that time, because it was fairly busy even back then, you know, musically wise. And it's not just even fucking heavy metal, but like there was all types of music going on in Cork.
Oh, definitely. Like, when I moved to Cork, I remember after work, someone said to meet them in Sir Henry's, and they said, you've obviously heard of it, and I hadn't. And then I went in there, and it was Sir Henry's. It was absolutely fucking bananas. Yeah. And then, like, I heard about the music manager, the sound course in Stefan Nefa. Okay. And that's where I met Dave. That's where I met my wife, and we hit it off. Like, we weren't putting a band together, but we pretty much started jamming straight away. Mm-hmm. on the covers stuff, like like acoustic stuff.
We had an acoustic trio, and actually speaking of Alice in Chains, we covered Down in a Hole when we had that going.
And Brother. That was the first one.
Yeah.
And then we've been on and off playing together since. That's how many years ago was that?
Was it?
No, it's definitely about 20 years. Over 20 years.
More,
yeah. So around how we can figure it out is when you released your first EP was 2006, is it?
Yeah.
So you go back maybe 2 years before that, is it? Or
a lot. We were in another band together, and we recorded 4 or 5 EPs that were never released. Nothing to do with Parish the Thought. They were what should we do with them?
Didn't you get one on the Cork Rocks thing, no? The Shambuenos?
I don't know.
I think that's 2004.
Yeah. To be honest, we didn't do much with them. It was a band called Shambuenos, and it was kind of more of the alt rock kind of vibe, wasn't it?
It was definitely in 2001 because I was on a ferry going to Greece, and something happened in New York in September in 2001.
Okay, that's because that's what I'm trying to figure out when you were in Cork.
That's how long. That's how long that we played with Dave.
Yeah. Right.
Jesus Christ! What do the show for us?
You're on the show. You've made it.
That's all that matters. Yeah.
Oh Jesus! So that is mad. Then 2001. Like Cork back then was just fucking brilliant. Like it really was. I know we like to reminisce a lot. Like, but for anybody that was in the scene back then, like it's so many fucking great bands, and there were all different types of genres. You had so many places to play in as well. Like, I mean, it's like a different time, really, isn't it? Now, when you look at what's available now, gig boys, even it's a struggle. Like,
there was Nancy's. That was always brilliant. The Wolfhound was brilliant. Upstairs in the Phoenix was brilliant.
The Lacey's.
Where's what one?
The Lacey's.
Where's that?
The Lacey's.
The Lacey's. And where else? The Lobby.
Oh, the Lobby.
Yeah.
We played 2 there.
Yeah.
And was the Forums open at that stage as well, above the Brogue?
I don't think it was. Was it?
So.
I saw the Manic Street Preachers there.
I thought the Forum was on Grand Parade, no?
Forum was behind Henry's.
Yeah, that was part of Henry's.
Yeah.
So what was the place above the...
Was Garby's.
Garby's, Garby's. Jesus, there's the last. I always get them mixed up, yeah. But what a scene back then, though, lads. I mean, so how did you meet Ian then? Ian was always involved in music for as long as I've known him.
Yeah. So, I mean, myself and Ian were kind of playing in bands for years. I mean, as long as Dave and Julian, but he started playing drums with, what is it?
Shambuenos.
Because he was playing with, myself and Ian were in a band, and he's double jobbing. He was playing with Dave and Julian, and that was I think that was 2002, 2002, 2003.
The last time I saw you play, you were supporting Suicidal Tendencies in Savoy.
That's right.
Oh my God! What band was that? Was that
was
Sylvia Saint?
No, it was Loophole. It was the band before Sylvia Saint. So, but we got a couple of big supports like that. Suicidal Tendencies one was really good.
And Curb Up in Washington Street, that was great.
Yeah.
Paradise Lost and Nice Veins.
Paradise Lost.
Jesus Christ, I was at that as well. Fucking hell. That's mad. Yeah. So our paths had crossed a few times, John. We never knew.
Oh, yeah. Exactly, yeah. But even before that, I was playing in a band called Mr. NSF. It used to be Judgment. Remember? Judgment.
Oh, yeah. Were you in Mr. NSF?
Towards the tail end of Mr. NSF. I was 16 years of age, so, but I knew all the guys in the band anyway, so they...
But that was Alan Butt, was it?
No, Alan Butt.
Alan Butt, yeah.
And Alan Butt, Anthony Allen, Aidan
Anthony
Manning.
Allen, jeez.
Yeah. But that's the guy that I do the music with in Australia, Anthony. We still kind of do a thing there,
Okay, Jesus. So like there's great pedigree there with you lads. So how did you meet up in the end? Just to form Parish the Thought?
I think as John said, Ian was double jobbing, and at the time, I said it was around 2005 with Sylvia Saint. They were over in the States.
Yeah.
Shambuenos at the time was kind of fizzling away.
Okay.
And the lads over in the States, they were playing your South by Southwest.
That's South by Southwest.
And
shout out to Graham Finn as well. I hope he's listening and watching on this.
Yeah. And the lads saw Helmet over there. I think he had an epiphany, was it?
Yeah, we actually went up and we're chatting right to Page Hamilton after a gig that he played in South by Southwest. We're like, Jesus, this is the music we want to be playing.
Yeah.
And when we broke up for whatever reason with Sylvia Saint, and came back and said, look, we still want to do music, and just hooked up with lads then.
Yeah, yeah. And we always wanted to kind of do something heavier than what Shambuenos were doing, you know?
Yeah.
And just evolved from there.
Yeah, because you were playing guitar originally in Parish, and our other bass player, who was in Shambuenos, he moved to Dublin. Then we got another bass player, and that's when that lineup did the first 2 EPs.
Yeah.
The ones that are up on Spotify.
Yeah.
And then that's like the 2005 kind of time.
Okay.
2006, is it?
2006 when we recorded the first one, yeah.
So Lullabies of Loyalty was the first one, was it, that came out?
Yeah, it's the first one, yeah.
Okay. Like, even just revisiting that now, lads, I mean, I was listening to it there for the last 2 days. It's fucking, there's some great songs on it still, you know what I mean? Like, they should be part of a set as your gig.
Absolutely.
Now, like, they'd haven't...
We've no choice.
You know, Seen It All, I Can't Stop, Dead Forever, The Path, like, fucking hell, like, they sound really, really good still, you know? They haven't aged, they've aged really well.
Yeah. We were probably right when we first got together. They came, or just remember, they came together very quickly. Yeah.
Yeah. And like, like when that came out, had you much trouble getting support slots, or what was the plan in general? Were you still up for touring at that stage, or was it just a kind of project more so?
No, but we did a fair few support slots.
Shout out to Ian, who's not here, but
Ian is doing all the booking. Through all these contacts and stuff. So, but we did a good few support slots, right? With that, yeah.
Headers for Heroes and New Model Army.
Oh, class! Yeah. Where was that actually? Where did they play? Was that
Savoy?
Savoy. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have no recollection of Headers for Heroes. We've had this discussion so many times, and I'm convinced I wasn't even in the band. No, I have no recollection.
No, that was brilliant because myself and Ian were well into Headers for Heroes at the time. But that was a great gig.
That was
I can't remember that at all. I love the Cruise-King. That was one of my favourite places.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And to go and see a band in.
Was that when you fell off the stage and banged your head?
The other band. I have no recollection of that at all. Like when we're talking about this kind of thing, you know, like what supports we playing. This list of bands comes out, and I've no recollection of anything. All I can ever remember was playing the Brogue on Wednesday nights.
Brogue. Oh, we did a lot of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Brogue was a great gig back then.
Yeah. Fucking
until they moved the stage.
You still play there as Pontius Pilate, don't you?
We stopped there. Yeah, I'd say our last gig there was around 4 or 5 years ago. I'd say. Yeah, the stage is too small now. Like where they put it, yeah.
Oh, it's madness inside there. It's so packed. Like, and those
it's just a noise, ton of, you know.
Yeah, I think I was there the last time he played. Would you believe? I was talking to Ian after the gig, you know.
All right.
Just catching up with him.
Yeah.
You know, how was we'll go back again, like when you released that, how did you find the whole promotion campaign? Like, were you shopping around? I know you're thinking back long, were you shopping around for a label? Was there talk of, how serious were you with it? Like,
my recollection is that we were the laziest fucking band ever. To be honest,
I think we did a few. I remember doing a few things with it and sending it out to a couple of distributors, and but you know, got like some you know mails back saying, "Oh yeah, we'll put you on our radio rotation, whatever." But that was it. You know, in terms of looking for deals, like Ian was like asking people and that. But I mean, like Dave was saying, we weren't probably the most you know, organized in that area.
Like that was on MySpace, wasn't it?
It was on MySpace.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus
no, but we had
Christ.
CDs as well.
There'll be people watching this go, what are they talking? What is that? Yeah, it was on MySpace.
Yeah.
Oh, and we did the first what's that place that Mitchell Sound Festival? Independence.
The first Independence.
The first Independence. What a
Jesus, that's mad.
I think it was
And-
piss and rain. I think we were on around 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
No.
Ham sandwich were just before us, I think, or
Yeah.
just after.
We played to the people selling the balloons and the ice cream. It was lashing rain. It was as bad as today.
Yeah.
And
Oh, for fuck's sake.
yeah,
Brilliant.
That's mad. Like, I mean, when you think of it as well, I remember, and you were saying, Julian, there about the Cruiskeen Lawn, because the winter fests were on in the Cruiskeen Lawn back then.
they were savage. Like, Amon and Martha played there. The Primordial
right.
gig was
Yeah.
savage in there. That
It
night. I'll
was,
never
yeah.
forget that. Those two, Amon and Martha in particular, the Winterfest they played there.
It was
That was
crazy.
Bananas. It was
I
bananas.
spent the whole time just watching the drummer, because you know the way you could go to the side because the
Yeah.
toilets. I just got my slot there and just watched the drummer the whole time. He was like the size of the drum kit, and the way he was playing, it was fucking bananas, like crazy, like just
Yeah.
when you think of it, like Triptychon were there as well. Who else? There was a shit ton
Nathan
of
Death
bands.
played there. It was absolutely bananas when they played there.
That's right, yeah.
Suffocation played there twice.
Hail of
Um,
Bullets. Fucking
Thing with Gorgoroth played there with Gal.
Gorgoroth.
Carol Cors played there. Yeah.
That's recent. Well, not
No,
recent.
that
That
was-
was one of the last gigs there.
Exodus played there. Who
Yes,
else?
Exodus. Oh, for fuck's sake,
I
yeah.
remember Bleeding Through played there on a Tuesday night with All Should Perish.
I remember
and-
Exodus, yeah. Gary Holt.
Madball played there. I went to see Madball. It was like, I'd say there's about 10 of us there. 'Cause
What?
it was unbelievable. There were 10 of us there. We had a black metal night on the night before, and they walked in, there was bits of Bibles everywhere. They didn't because the gig was, I don't know who got them, the gig wasn't advertised. So I went in with two others, and they put on a brilliant show, but it was, you felt bad for them because, they could nearly go around and talk to us individually in
Yeah.
between songs. Jeez, yeah. Speedhorn played there a couple of times.
Oh yeah, Raging Speedhorn as well. Yeah.
Yeah. And I used to love that venue. I really
Yeah,
did.
the sound used to be fucking hot and cold in there, from what I can remember.
Yeah.
I think the secret was to be up front, and it didn't matter then, Like, so the Cork bands back then, there was 10 Point Rule who were on the show.
Class, yeah.
Yeah, Alter Plagues were going as well. Carrion Rising, Faroon, who are still going. Flatline, Male Morda, all those bands.
Jeez. Yeah. Revolution of the
Mars.
Sun, were they around then as well?
The first incarnation Revolution song would have been around
Okay.
with Skippy.
Yeah.
My Remorse was another band.
My Remorse, yeah.
Yeah. So
Slow
like,
Chuck as well. Yeah.
who went on to be Five Will Die, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Who are now
Elvis
reformed
were
as
on
well.
them.
They're doing what you're doing. Well, they're only reformed for one gig apparently, I think it depends on how much money they get, But like the sound, listening to the first EP, I know you said Helmet, but I'm hearing Therapy in there as well.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Remember the Therapy gigs in Cork? Like you just never missed
Class,
them.
yeah.
No, never missed them. But yeah, I mean, it's Ian's favorite band. We're all massive Therapy fans as well.
Yeah. I saw them in the City Hall. Did you see that when
I did.
Curldog were supporting them?
Yeah.
And it was actually Curldog who blew me away that night, actually, to be honest.
They were fantastic, yeah.
Yeah.
So like
after
no, I'm just saying more influences then, like, because when that album came out 2006, I had to kind of go, Jesus, what bands were even out then? So like there was Velvet Revolver and Queens of the Stone Age as well, so I can hear that with you.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, Velvet Revolver, I remember lending Ian the CD when we were going into band practice, and I still haven't gotten it back. But yeah, Velvet Revolver is one of them. What else is there? Helmet was a big influence for us, definitely. You can hear that in some of the, like one of the songs on the newer EP that we released. I mean, that's 15, 16 years old. Yeah, what else were we listening to back then? Dillinger Escape Band.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was listening to bands like Neurosis then as well.
Yeah, Neurosis,
Cult of Luna, Fate No More.
Yeah, we're sure that there's not really much for in our music.
You can't find it. Doesn't matter. So 2008 then, Pros for Pariahs, yeah. So the 2 years in between the releases, what were you up to? Nothing, or just gigging in
Gigging.
different bands? Yeah.
Yeah, just gigging. Yeah.
Pretty much gigging,
Yeah, it's a bit of a memory wash there now, what went on, but yeah,
Like,
gigging.
we've been gigging a lot more, and I think when we went in, like the first lot of songs we recorded, we recorded those because they were the first ones we'd
Yeah.
written with this band. Whereas the second time round, there were more songs written. We had a few to pick from, and we ended up with those four. Was it 4 or 5?
Mm.
And we kind of went at it from a different way. We approached it differently. I approach it differently. I try to make it more aggressive from my point of view. And looking back on it, if we were going to do those songs again, I'd probably do it differently. Try and get more melody into them.
Yeah.
But still, it was good. It was good fun. Like John did all those recordings,
Yes.
so
The old house.
it was straightforward because
Which one of you are harmonizing with Julian, by the way?
Vocals, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Very good. Yeah. That's okay.
That's-
I was wondering.
That's the Alice in Chains influence now.
Yeah. It works really well.
Yeah,
But
I
I
think
can-
the voices go well together, yeah.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, but I can understand there is a marked difference, Julian, in your delivery in the second EP. Yeah, as you said, it's a bit more aggressive for sure. Yeah, but I think the songs are a bit more aggressive as well.
They are.
Yeah, absolutely.
they are. But I think
Bit angrier.
the melody got sacrificed for trying to get as much oomph into it as possible. And look, I'm still really happy with them. They're good songs,
Yeah,
but there was, as you said, like a marked difference between the two.
Yeah, definitely kind of angrier. I think anyway.
Mhm.
Or not as happy because the first EP was a little poppy. Yeah.
yeah.
I think we
But
want to
again,
leave-
like you look at the songs and I turn it off. Who cares? This will last. Good advice. The dedicated. They're all songs they'll translate really well live.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
hopefully now when we do eventually gig
Oh,
again.
geez.
Yeah. And we'll say, Julian, Lyric Boys and those, there's a few different teams, obviously. I think the Dedicated, is that the one about kind of rock stars, is it? Yeah, see, so long now.
It's so long. Guys, I can't stand that song.
Yeah.
At the time, I loved it because I loved
Maybe it's Dead Forever, I'm thinking.
Dead
is it?
Forever is one about the kind of the
Yeah, that's the
the,
one. I was thinking.
Those musical judging shows were
Musical
all the
judging
rage
shows, yeah.
back then, And I think that's, wasn't it? It was about,
the second time round. Then, like I always used to find it when I start writing lyrics, it would always be, I did this and I went there and you went there with me. Like that kind of. So I really try to get the lads working with me, so it wasn't always the same thing. Come at it from a different angle and tell a story, but not so it's not as literal and work
personal.
that a lot. Yeah. Still like keep it personal, but not so it's not so much I'm saying this and now I'm saying that. Me. Try and tell more of a
it's a
story.
different perspective as well.
Would have more open.
Yeah. So like when you released that album then, like what bands were on the scene in 2008 that you would have probably been looking at and kind of going, fuck it, it'd be nice to get to their status, Always I find bands do that, a lot. Like I'm trying to think, obviously, the bigger bands, you said yourselves, were Therapy. Whipping Boy would be another one that are fucking brilliant. But like, what were you kind of looking at? Can you remember? Was there any bands in Dublin at the time, or were you even looking across the UK, kind of going? Like, how ambitious were you? Are you still going to say, nah, none?
Yeah, I don't think our status was as important as putting out the music. I don't know, was it?
It was more like I don't remember going, this is the next step we need to reach, or we're trying to reach. It was a case of keep writing, keep playing, keep writing, keep playing.
Try and get bigger supports.
Try and have better, make the gigs work better. We always used to I found after a gig, we'd always analyze it. How did the set flow? Not necessarily someone makes a mistake. That was never an issue. But
Right.
like, peaks and valleys, did the set flow? We always used to come in from that after gigs. Just
Yes.
try and honing the whole process from the songwriting to playing the songs to playing the songs at a gig. That was what we used to focus so much on that aspect, trying to make it as good as we possibly could.
Yeah.
And then what happens would happen. Now,
Okay.
that you're not going to get too far with that sort of an attitude, or like approaching like that. But I felt that's what we were doing.
Yeah.
We'd be very self-critical afterwards, insofar as how did the whole thing flow from an audience member's point of view.
Yeah. And like, would you have played the likes of Limerick, Kilkenny, Dublin? Had you gone up to Belfast, or anything like that, or were you more Munster based?
Munster
Munster
based.
based.
We played in
We
Limerick.
played in Limerick, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Waterford, we were down there.
Oh, Waterford had a scene back then. Yes.
Yeah, we were, yeah.
But yeah, I think, did we do it in Dublin? Can't remember.
No.
In Limerick, it was the Dolans.
Dolan's,
Yeah.
Playing with Roper. Do you remember Roper?
I do. Yeah, I actually saw him. Was it last year? 2 years ago now, I think, was it? They played the Siege. They've got the headlines.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. So I think we supported them in Dolan's, and then they supported us in what was
The
it?
first game?
No, it was Jesus.
I think there was more than once we swapped.
Cypress Avenue.
Oh yeah.
Cypress Avenue. Yeah.
Very good. Jesus. That's mad.
I can't remember.
Yeah, you're trying to make us remember too many things.
Yeah, well, I like it's, and just intrigued because, I mean, for the quality of stuff that you were putting out, and did it match the ambition? Because I mean, in 2009, you finished up then, like.
Yeah.
So it's not a hard luck story, really, is it? As such, like.
Yeah, I guess it was probably not the ambition to go, make this like this whole thing that we're doing like that.
Yeah.
It was difficult, I suppose, with work and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
But ultimately, that's I think what we kind of broke up, was it?
They kind of fizzled out because we were rehearsing every week, and it became once it starts becoming a chore, then there's something wrong. There was no big fight. There was no. I actually remember the night where I kind of said, "This isn't happening anymore." We were in the band rooms.
Yeah.
And I think you.
No, it was in Dublin Hill actually.
You kind of came to the same conclusion.
Yeah.
At the last
Dublin Hill. You were actually up in Dublin Hill.
We were at the first reincarnate, first iteration of that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And we were jamming, on a weekly basis, and it was just kind of. There was, like as I said, there was no massive blowout. There was no harsh words. We kind of felt
It's
run its course.
Its course, yeah. And of course, you were in other bands still at that stage, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at that time we were playing in the Naildrivers, me and you, with Ian.
We started afterwards actually, wasn't it?
Was it after
2009? Was it? Yeah. I don't remember being in Persia Thought and the Naildrivers at the same time.
No.
Yeah.
I think we tried something with Ian, myself, you and Ian, another kind of covers thing. But it's all
Yeah. Didn't happen though. Yeah.
So that was the end of it then, and you didn't, you were saying you were rehearsing the whole time. Were you still writing at that stage, lads, or were you just going over the? Or were
I
you
think
just
we were still. I mean, we were always writing,
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember. I mean, when we got back together, we actually started writing. Started continuing writing something that we'd stopped writing back in 2009.
Brilliant.
I was going over old VHS footage of us from live gigs, trying to remember riffs and.
Yeah, Jesus, that's mad.
Yeah.
And you still had all your masters and stuff like that. So you put them up on Bandcamp then, did you?
Yeah. I did all that, up on Spotify and all that, yeah.
Okay. And then what was was there any talk of you getting back together during COVID, or?
Myself and Ian had always been flirting with throughout the years since we broke up. Like now and then we'd be saying to each other, "Oh, wouldn't it be class to get back parish again?" And because we miss that type of music. Like we love being in the Naildrivers. I love all that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
but it's the heavy music is where we made our, you know,
Yeah.
it's what we grew up on, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, we always mentioned, and then COVID hit, and I think it was late 2020. I had this fun little thrash ditty that I had, and I just remember texting Julian saying, "Look, do you want to throw on vocals on this for the laugh?" You know, nothing was kind of mentioned about Parish or anything like that, you know.
Yeah.
And he was well up for it, and he recorded vocals under the stairs during lockdown, under the stairs on top of Hoover or something like
that. I had two iPhones, listening to the track on one and singing into another, and then I just WhatsApped it to Dave.
Yeah.
And he mixed it.
I took it off WhatsApp and then threw it onto the DAW and threw some magic onto it to make it not sound like a fucking phone, like. And we released that then as Parish as well, because I already had the Spotify page set up. So we said, "Fuck it, we'll throw it." Or no, sorry, we got onto Ian after we threw on the vocals, and Ian went up to the band room still during lockdown now. So he sent me a WhatsApp audio of him playing the drum track. So I had to trigger the kick, trigger the snare, and make it sound a bit better.
Sure,
you know?
we were doing fuck all anyway, so it wasn't too much of a chore.
Yeah. So released that then.
Was that Comfort and Lies then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So released that, and there's nothing really said then for a while afterwards, and took a year, I'd say, for us to kind of say, "Here, do you fancy a jam?" You know.
Well, you actually, in the meantime, you sent out another track.
Oh yeah.
Which ended up coming. Black Bars,
yes,
which is called DSM-5.
Yes,
and
okay.
And I tried to do the same thing under the stairs with the phones, and I just couldn't. It's like
you weren't inspired enough.
Yeah, the home studio setup was brilliant. You know, standing on top of the extra stairs for a caravan, and steps, and I was under the stairs, but I just couldn't get the timing right. I just couldn't. It wasn't working, and that's when I was saying, it's not happening, man. And then we said, let's go, and I think it was around April. You said, do you want to have an old commitments type jam?
Yeah, we just said a once-off jam, you know, just play the old tunes, see what it feels like. And I asked Ian to contact John because I didn't even have your number at the time. And
changed.
You had his pager, had you?
Yeah, pager. And he contacted John. John was well up for it, and we organised the night to all get together and jam through the old stuff, and it felt good.
Yeah.
And we said, let's do it again, and here we are.
Yeah, exactly. Because like I keep saying it, like the old stuff sounds really well, you know, it sounds really good. I mean, especially when you're revisiting it after such a lengthy time. Was there any temptations to change any of the stuff? I know you were kind of saying, Julian, that you weren't happy with some things, but did you change anything while you were jamming the old stuff?
Not necessarily. So like the older stuff, because they've been, you know, recorded and put online or put out, whatever, we kept those as they were.
Okay.
But we like I think the writing process this time around, there's a lot more. We go a lot more into the detail of why is that happening there. Let's try and get away from. That doesn't work. You know, we're being a lot more open. We're not being shitty with each other, or there's no nonsense. As in, I can't say this now. We won't like it. You know, we're older.
The process is different because of technology as well. I mean, you WhatsApping riffs and
what a difference! Like,
before we just go in the room and start banging out, or you come in with a riff or something like that. You know.
Yeah. So that was my next question. Actually, does the songwriting get easier as you get older?
I've lyrically, yes, for me.
Okay.
And then if I can play the guitar, but you know, I'm not going to get a phone call anytime soon to fill in for anybody. But like, you know, I'll write a very very basic riff at home and record it and send it out to WhatsApp for Dave to fix. And then, but we still would write a lot together. You know, we go in with the bones of an idea, and then we'll all work it out together. Because I never want to be in a situation where one person presents a full song, unless it's an unbelievable song. Presents a full song, here are the files, go off and learn that. And then we all have suddenly done all our parts at home. Like, you have to have the people in the room looking at each other.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
Working together, having a mess, you know, and then coming out with something that everyone's happy at the end.
Yeah.
You know?
Just even being able to record a riff on a phone and just send it on compared to back in 06 or 08, like, the difference.
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
But like, I mean, another thing, another aspect, you've hinted at it there, but it has to be fun too, lads, you know? It has to be.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
We wouldn't do it if it wasn't fun.
Yeah.
You know, like, that's what we kind
That's the main reason,
Yeah. And
No,
you're
not
speaking
for world domination this time around either.
Yeah.
You're speaking for Ian as well there, like.
Yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
And
Okay,
use a big voice and getting it back together as well, you know.
Right. Okay. So I'm gonna play the first song, and it's actually my favorite song off the new EP, and it was a single as well. It's Carrion. Okay. Yeah, that's class, lads. Jesus, when I heard it first, like, I was just going, holy shit, like, wow. You know, and it's so angry, you know, it's almost punk-like at the start, especially with your delivery, Julian, and great rhythm driving it along, and, you know, the delivery, like, and then, you know, I think as well, there's a bit of crafting involved as well, you know, like the change that you put near the end just to crank up the tension as well for the finale. It's almost like Metallica at the end, like they are. You know?
Yeah.
I think that actually got heavier when we recorded it. When we used to play that before, I mean, Julian was he was singing the first kind of riffs, but then the three of us recorded the vocals here, and I was just saying to Julian, look, try and get a little bit more aggressive, and then he was screaming, and I was like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I think it was planned as such. I went into the booth over there, and it came out that way. Like, I love it.
Yeah. But that we originally tried to record that for Pros for Pariahs, but at the time we couldn't get the beginning right because it was just I don't know. I think Ian had too much coffee that day. But it was just way too fast, so we kind of scrapped it. And
okay.
Yeah. So this is the second iteration. So that is at least 15 years old. That's
Yeah.
Is it really? Fucking hell. Yeah. Okay. Wow. So that actually was one of the ones that could have easily, as you said, made it onto Pros then.
Yeah, absolutely. So all the lyrics would have been different, I suppose. Yeah.
Lyrics are different.
The lyrics are different.
And it's heavier. It's definitely way heavier.
The delivery before would have been more
singing.
Now now there's a bit of a wallop to it.
So there's actually that track, Night on the Tiles and Undivided are actually old songs that we never got to. We just wrote them towards the end, you know.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So we were gradually getting heavier and heavier, I felt. You know, and then we.
Yeah, it's a great opening track and a great single, you know, spot on there for that. And of course, you'd Rowan then help him with the video for it.
Yeah. It was his idea to just have the one lamp on, and we were going in with just the full lights, and he said, no, just have the one lamp on and make it dark, and
worked.
Fair play to him.
Yeah, worked. And amazing that you did it on an iPhone as well, like fucking hell.
Yeah, just all handheld, and just spliced it together,
Brilliant. So again, Undivided, you promised to make it better, but it was never intended, that lyric. And that's going to be a great live track as well, I feel.
Undivided?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that song. There was a massive, there was nearly a fucking row when we were doing that.
Really?
The mix of that. Because there's an artist in Ireland called Hosier. I've never listened to his music, and I'm sure he's quite lovely. But apparently he does this thing with his voice, and that was put to me in a group message, and I was at work. And let's just say there was a tantrum. There was a major tantrum because there was links sent on. Listen to this. I was like, I still haven't listened to it.
I put my hand up.
I refuse to listen to it.
I said, do you ever hear the vocal effect that Hosier has, Julian?
That was enough. The whole thing nearly came to a grinding halt. But because there was a lot. There's a bit of dirt on the. Is that the correct way to say it? On the verse of that song, and. In hindsight, I can see why the suggestion was made, because it was a bit too poppy. But
we just removed the reference though.
It was a dark day.
Yeah.
Dark day.
And then DSM, we'll move on to that one. That's a straightforward rock song, you know, isn't it, really, with a frantic ending? And the lyrics are interesting as well. DSM is Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders. Is that a kind of US term for it?
Yeah, I googled how you describe that, and that's what came up. So yeah, that's what it's about. That's what that song is all about.
Right.
In fact, the whole thing nearly became a theme. I didn't realize it. We're with the order in the track list order. It's like there was a running theme through the whole thing about mental disorders and dealing with mental disorders.
Yeah, I can see it also in the character that you're singing about on Night on the Tiles.
Yeah,
I'd actually like to spend the night out with him, actually.
To
a point, you know, to a point.
That was kind of like somebody that's schizophrenic.
Yeah,
well, waking up after a load of whatever.
Yeah. And that part in the song, again, it's the crafting of the songs. I suppose sometimes, you know, people don't realize they're consciously doing it. I'm just, you know, musicians maybe not, but that part from 2 minutes on certainly gives it the hangover, the aftermaths the next day.
Yeah, spot on. Yeah.
So you can feel it there.
That's what we intended. Yeah.
Yeah,
just
very good.
Breakdown.
Yeah, the come down, like, that's actually, I'm going to play that next, actually. I think that's the other song I've lined up. Yeah, it is, yeah. Great opening sequence to it as well. Okay.
I had no favorite dealer. The
actually the longest song on the EP, 4 minutes and 21 seconds.
Yeah.
Imagine, fucking hell.
Yeah, most of our songs we struggle to get over 3 minutes.
And often that's perfect. You know what I mean? I can see where the trouble could come if you're doing a set list of 30 minutes.
Yeah.
We tried that a couple of weeks ago, trying to do the set like in a break after 3 songs.
I'm sure as a band you've been playing around with covers in the background as well. Is there one or two prominent ones that you always gravitate towards, especially when you get together in the rehearsals?
We don't do any covers.
Never played covers, no, to be honest.
Not in this lineup.
No.
Really? That was this lineup? Fuck, I thought you'd tell me now Alice in Chains or something like that. That's mad.
No.
We've never played any covers ever, I don't think.
No, ever.
Wow.
We've spoken about it. We ended up just getting back to hammer out our own stuff.
Yeah.
It was always the priority. It was just write original. That was it.
Yeah. Class. So the last song then, Fracture, another one I really like, and it's really slow and sludgy. And you finish it brilliantly, Dave. The guitar work at the end is filthy. Like, it's just like, class.
Oh, nice one. Cheers.
Yeah. And that one now would certainly remind me of Alice in Chains.
Yeah. Big influence there. Yeah.
I think that's probably my favorite song in it.
Yeah, same.
I go through 1 week is this song my favorite, but currently that song is my favorite song. I really like the vocals.
Yeah.
I really like what we did. I love all of it. Like how when the heavy part kicks in, it's
to be fair, it's the only song you actually sing on the EP, really.
No, there's loads of singing on the second one.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh, there is. Yeah, I suppose there is. But it's that holds your vocal.
This one, and like Dave wrote the chorus. He came up with the melody and the lyrics for the chorus, and I worked around it. I suppose like because we've been writing together for so long, like I really enjoy leading on, and John has always great ideas for melodies, leaning on them for help and guidance where to go with them.
Yeah. So like John, when you got together with was it just the 5 he had? He decided to go with 5, or was there 1 or 2 on the periphery that nearly made it?
There was 1 or 2 in the periphery, but when we started to track them, we're like, maybe it's not ready yet to be kind of
fair enough.
So, but that was it. I think there's 1 that we.
There was 1, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
And we decided we're just going to can it and rewrite it. So that was it.
Yeah. I like that logic as well, sometimes you could overcook it, by throwing in an extra song when there's actually no need,
Absolutely,
Yeah. And you did a great job mixing and mastering it, John.
Yes.
Like, have you dipped your toe in it much over the last few years?
A little bit. I've mastered a couple of things, but like I said, I was playing with doing this kind of band with a friend in Australia and a friend in Barcelona, and just kind of throwing stuff around with them. But that's it. I mean, just from a mixing perspective, just that. But for no one else, just using Pro Tools and messing around with Pro Tools for that band. But not mastering, not in a while.
Right. Yeah. And is it Pro Tools you use for this EP as well?
Yeah, Pro Tools. Yeah.
Okay. And what input have you, Dave, in relation to that as well? Do you produce much?
I recorded the guitars myself. That was it. So,
okay.
And I wanted a mix of real amp sounds and plugins.
Okay.
So it was just me. I just went up to the rehearsal rooms in Dublin Hill and mic'd up the Marshall and did 2 separate tracks of just the amp, and then another 2 tracks of plugins, and that was it, wasn't it? Yeah. Sent them on to John, and he didn't have to do much with them. Did you?
No, tiny bit of EQ, and then that was it. Yeah.
And what were you using yourself, John, bass-wise?
I think I was just DI'd straight in. So I have an amp stack up in the band room, but no, straight into Pro Tools through an SSL interface, and that was it.
But what bass were you using?
What bass was I using?
Fender, wasn't it?
I have the Jazz and the Precision. I can't remember which one I used though.
Oh, okay.
The silver one.
The silver one. Precision. Yeah.
Precision. Yeah, nice one. And Ian, obviously, did he take the longest?
No, actually, he took the and we actually banged out
2 nights, was it?
2 nights, yeah.
The drums.
Yeah.
Fair play to him, yeah.
Nice.
1 or 2 takes. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that what took the longest was trying to get times to actually do the vocals, and but the actual process was actually fairly quick. You know, I mean, I think we started in February, was it?
Yeah.
There was a big,
Yeah.
there was a gap then because
I was traveling. I was away for a month.
Yeah.
And work.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was away for a month with work because I remember I bought the laptop and was mixing drums when we were away. But I mean, we took our time with it. We didn't set any kind of deadline as to what we wanted done or anything like that. So we took our time.
Yeah.
And what was the reaction amongst friends and family that you were back together?
Oh, they loved it. Jeez,
Really,
about time and all this. Can't wait to see you live again. And
excellent.
yeah, so we're buzzing to play again. Can't wait. Yeah.
So when is that going to be? Have you thought about much?
we've spoken many times. It's
I haven't missed an EP launch. No, there hasn't been.
No.
That's okay. That's grand. That's okay.
No.
There is one in the works, though. Yeah.
Yeah, we will do something. The main issue for me is I work nights, I work the weekends. You know, I'm a chef, and no one seems to want to go to gigs on Monday nights. So it's just getting the time off. So, but no, we are as I said, we're not just we're not practicing writing just for the sake of we have to play gigs, because I get asked loads, when are you going to play a gig? My kids are bursting to see me play a gig.
That's mad, isn't it?
My kids, it's mad. They just want to hear daddy saying fuck. It's not in the car. They want, because they've never seen it. Whereas, they were very mine weren't even born the first time around, so they haven't. And it's they just see me. They see me at home or whatever. They haven't seen.
Coming out of the press with a microphone.
They haven't seen a gig with me, which
they'll get a fright.
Yeah. And then there's family and friends want to see us play, and then apart from all those, for ourselves, after working at it, we want to do it for ourselves to see, see how it goes, see how it translates, see if people like, because it's very easy to say, it's great, I can't wait to see you play, but then to go and do it, will they like it? Will they, everyone wants the pat on the back saying it was worth it. I'm glad you did. I'm glad you got back together.
It would be mad because we'd be playing to kids that were old enough to be their parents.
Of course. That's it. Jesus. So maybe if the next time New Model Army are in town.
Yeah.
So the other thing there is the cover, and I was shocked when I saw the name Mal de Siglos.
Yeah.
He's after coming up only 2 weeks ago with Worn Out, like.
I actually got on to Evan and I was saying, do you have any artists that you recommend? And he gave me a list.
Oh, okay. So there's
a shout out to Evan. Yeah.
That's fair enough, because I was just going, how the fuck is this like?
Yeah. So he gave me a list and his stuff just jumped out straight away.
Yes.
And it hit a bone with Julian. So
I loved it, because it reminds me of some from All Pigs Must Die, or from Traptham, or from that kind of style. And it was just, I like that it's kind of menacing looking, but there's not a whole lot to it. It's quite you see it once and you remember it. It's a striking image.
That's actually I
really liked it.
You were looking for Tiger though, aren't you?
Yeah.
Tiger.
It's an in-joke,
there was a hyena, but the hyena one was taken. So I really like it.
It would look well on a white t-shirt, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Even a baseball top, whatever. I hope, just if you're going to do it right, lads, and get an all going out with it, like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah. No, it's all in the plan. Yeah.
That's good. So are you all kind of managing it at the moment, or is it just one guy doing social media? Dave, is it you?
Yeah, I do all the social media stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Right. So watch this space then, really.
Exactly.
keep in
yeah.
touch and let us know when you have decided to do the launch, and I'll gladly row in behind you and promote it as much as I can.
Yeah, cheers. Thanks for
Thank
that.
you.
Nice one.
But don't leave it too late, lads. And it's now
I know,
like
yeah.
6-7 months
2027
down
now.
the line. Jesus, come on.
No, absolutely, yeah.
So is that it, lads? Anything else? Of course, big shout out to Ian, who couldn't make it tonight, and yes, send him my regards, and congratulations on a brilliant EP.
Yeah,
Thanks
cheers,
very much.
Richie. Thanks
Yeah.
for having us. Yeah.
Yeah, and crucially, everybody, support your local metal scene.